Shit! Hey, we got some more news about Red Dead Redemption 2. Shout out to my boy Red Bandit, the go-to guy. He just followed me on Twitter today too, so that's just... Oh, man, for real, bro. Keep on dropping these bangers, man, because, yo, we love it, man. The news that you're dropping is amazing. Sorry that I sound like I'm sick. I got a stuffy-ass nose right now. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, let's get into this video. And let's see what he got to talk about. He's going to be speaking about new executions, weapons, throwing knives. They got the throwing knives? I knew they was going to have the throwing knives, but I was waiting for them to, like, you know, confirm that. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to be feeling like Bullseye from Marvel, bro. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it.
Welcome back, bandits. I'm Red Bandit, and this is your ranch for the latest and greatest Red Dead Redemption 2 information, speculation, and more. So, 2 brand new hands-on previews have released about Red Dead Redemption 2, one of which is packed with fresh details and exciting scenarios, and the other one is slightly less detailed and has only 1 or 2 new points that have any face value for us today. So the first preview comes from a New Zealand website named Future 5, and Future 5's article is the one that we'll be covering first. It's packed with tons of details. Now, the second article comes from a company that none of us could have guessed. Red Bull.
Oh!
Yeah, the energy drink guys who support BMXers, racers, and sportsmen. Well, Red Bull played the game, and I found that very strange that Red Bull are playing Red Dead Redemption 2, but like YouTubers and other articles and gaming journalists don't get to play the game, but these giant companies like Red Bull and like what's going to be next, Audi.
Look how beautiful the scenery
I mean, you never know. But anyway, Rockstar Games are clearly, they know what they're doing with their marketing. So we're going to be covering them in today's video. So the first interesting point that Future 5 had to say is as follows. My host told me that there was a butcher in town that I could sell the carcass to from the deer I had just shot with my bow and arrow. I also need to be mindful that the meat would spoil if I left it on my horse for too long. Now, they do go into detail about how in their demo they got their bow and arrow out, they saw a deer, they missed the first shot. He then used his environmental awareness to track down this deer and eventually kill it. Now, what's most interesting about this is some of us already knew this and some of us didn't, and it's nice that they've emphasized on this a lot more. You can take your hunted meat back to camp, you can take it and be greedy and eat it yourself, or we can genuinely make a living in-game by just shooting animals, hunting them, taking them to a butcher and selling them for money, and we can live on
feasting at the camp.
Do any missions in this game to get money. We can just go hunting, and again, that's reiterating the fact that Rockstar Games have gone into so much detail that there's so many different ways to earn money. Kind of like in GTA, how GTA Vice City and San Andreas, you can basically make a living by doing taxi driving. Okay, the money might not be great, but for the first part of the game when missions aren't paying as much, it's definitely a great way to earn money. Just like the town, the Vanderland gang's camp seems alive, with the gang and their families all going about their business. Tied to a tree was an unfortunate member of a rival gang. He didn't take much persuading to disclose his gang's location. Now, this is something that was also spoken about, I believe, on Red Dead Radio, where they said that there was something very spooky and almost psychopathic about Dutch Vanderland's face when this guy is tied to a tree and not being tortured, but definitely being poked and you know, pressured into giving away this gang's location. But what follows this statement is most interesting to me. You don't have to go in guns blazing. The stealth works as well. As we approached the rival gang's camp, I selected Arthur's throwing knives. Rather than ask one of my men to do the dirty work, I thought I'd give it a go. I managed to take out an enemy, but I was spotted, and the resulted gunshot alerted the whole camp. Now, we know that stealth is an option. We know that bows and arrows are going to be a way to use stealth, and we know that we can choose whether we want to do missions with stealth. But what I found most interesting about this is the detail he went into about it, and also throwing knives. Now, throwing knives were my favourite weapons in Red Dead Redemption 1. When I say my favourite, okay, I'll admit, like, the bolt-action rifle was probably my favourite rifle, my favourite pistol. Well, we all kind of love the high-power pistol. But when we talk about favourite weapon, and it's fun to use, and it never gets boring, the throwing knives were just so satisfying to hit people and kill people from such distances. And sometimes online, I would just play around with my friends and secretly throw a throwing knife, and if I hit one of their horses, we would all burst out laughing. It's was such a great great weapon in the game, and I'm so glad it's coming back, and I cannot wait to do some montages for you guys. Gameplay videos, challenges where we try and complete missions stealthily rather than
streaming it
with guns blazing. Now this is really interesting. As I trotted into town, I passed a hanging. A woman was crying. I presume that's supposed to say crying rather than cry. I mean, come on guys, you're supposed to be journalists, right? Well, she was crying hysterically. The image of a deer still fresh in my mind, and now this, a no-hold-barred execution. Red Dead Redemption 2 pulls no punches in its portrayal of how tough life was back then. As I approached the butcher with my dead deer, I got my left and right muddled up, accidentally pulling my gun on the poor fella, and the butcher ran away. So this is really cool. Like in GTA 5,
crazy.
You'll see is maybe a police chase. Maybe in GTA 4 you'll see a drunk guy. You know, you don't see much in games like that previously in Rockstar games. I seem to remember leading up to the release of GTA 5, I was like, oh my god, we're going to see NPCs parachuting. We're going to see NPCs windsurfing. None of that came to the game. I mean, we barely see like NPCs walking dogs on GTA. But Rockstar, they are really taking it to the next level here. We're going to see all of those things I listed above. Okay, not parachuting. You know, it is 1899, but we will see things like hanging, like public executions, and really gritty, downright honest but brutally honest events that happened back in 1899, and that's why I'm very excited. So Red Bull didn't really give much more information than we already knew. They did, however, elaborate on one interesting point that was something I wanted to speak about, and they said that each weapon can be pulled apart and inspected. You can personalize them with engravings and other vanity dressings, and you can also learn to craft unique ammunition to benefit various scenarios, or just be a badass. Now, one of you guys pointed me this out on Twitter, at Philo Green, Felix the Barber. Thank you for pointing me this out on Twitter. Well, in the screenshot where Arthur Morgan's got a deer slung over his back in the snow, if you look at the bullets, they've got an orange tip to them. They almost look like Nerf bullets. Well, in this statement where it says you can actually adapt different bullets and ammunition to certain things in the game, well, those bullets have been crafted specifically for hunting, so it would make sense. Let me know what you guys think about that down below. Of course, the part that we could take apart weapons, you know, that probably goes in line with the fact that we've got to clean weapons now, dry them off when they get wet, so on and so forth. Anyway, I thought that information was really cool. If you guys agree, leave a like. In fact, no, that isn't our way of saying it. Dead-eye that like button down below and let me know what you think about these pieces of information.
This is amazing,
What's your favourite? As always, I try and reply to as many comments as I can, and I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.
This is fucking crazy. I'm sorry. But yeah, great video, bro. I'm loving this news, man, because this is the same way I follow Spider-Man PS4, right? And that's how we got all the news and everything. Like, everybody was dropping news. I was reacting to it. Evan was dropping news. Salvas was dropping news. Joey Raptor was dropping news. My boy Red Bandit's dropping all this news, you know what I'm saying? I heard Killer Legacy is dropping news as well. I haven't reacted to him yet, but I will, you know what I'm saying? I will get to that. We're going to start off talking about the hunting. Alright, so if you keep, you know, if you keep the animal that you hunted, right? If you keep it on your horse too long, you know, it won't be sellable or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't make as much money off of it, right? You probably could even get sick off eating the shit, you know what I'm saying? It just wouldn't be, it would be disgusting. You can take the prey back to your camp and eat it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know you could do all of that, bro. I'm pretty sure you could set up a whole campfire and just cook your prey and eat it with your peoples. That's crazy if you can do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? We never really could, like, actually, like, you know, cook something, like literally watch it cook, eat it, and share, you know what I'm saying, like it's real life, you know? That's what I'm looking forward to, bro. And you could just hunt for money, you know what I'm saying? That could be your full-time job on the game. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be hunting a lot, selling hella loot. Hella loot. I'm definitely going to be doing that. Let's talk about these weapons, bro, you know? So you can craft your own ammo, like special ammo, you know? Like if you need ammo for just hunting, or make some hollow tips for killing people, you know, shooting people in their skulls, you know, just stuff like that. That's some next level shit, because that's all I gotta say. It's just next level, bro. I never really had the chance to like craft stuff in, like, I mean, you could craft stuff in like the Division and in The Last of Us as well. So, you know, you could craft stuff in certain games. That's not a problem. Like, crafting always been in games. But they taking it to another level with this. You gotta clean your guns. You could take parts off your guns and clean them and everything, because, you know, you be falling in the mud and stuff sometimes. Your gun could get, you know, damaged and everything, and you know, you have to make sure your guns is up to par. It might it might be some horrible recoil or some shit like that. The gun can probably get jammed, so that's another thing to think about. But yeah, bro, throwing knives, we about to be slinging them jumps across the map. I'm gonna be slinging throwing knives, bro. Seriously, like, I'm gonna be playing stealthy a lot. You know, that's the best way to play with games like this. It might get a little too hectic, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you might just want to play stealthy a little bit. You know, this ain't Spider-Man. We can just whoop everybody ass. I'm sorry, this is not it. But seriously though, oh, also, we didn't talk about the executions. I don't know if it was a mission in the game or a free roaming or anything of that nature. They had hung somebody up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They was interrogating his ass, but he wouldn't give up the gang location of where his gang members are and everything. So, you know what I'm saying? They probably had to chop him up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Slice and dice until they got some info. I don't know, bro, but you can do so much on this game, bro. I'm sorry to say it. You can. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. You can do too much on this game. People saying, man, I don't know, man. It's not getting game of the year. You know, I don't know if it's gonna even be up. I'm like, y'all are stupid if you think this is not even at the top 2 of game of the year. You know what I'm saying? That's just blasphemy. Like, people saying I haven't played the game yet. Yeah, but at the same time, people were saying the same thing about Spider-Man PS4, and we didn't play the game yet. And look what we got. Come on now, bro. Stop playing. Y'all gotta stop playing, bro. Let's be real. Let's be real, man. The game is not 105 gigabytes for no apparent reason. We getting too much on this shit, man. That's all I gotta say, man. Everybody, please go subscribe to Red Bandit, man. I'm posting this video of his, the original video, in my description, so go peep that and go subscribe to him right now, please. And if you enjoyed this video, want more content, more streams, oh yeah, we're streaming tonight, so stay tuned for that. We're streaming tonight. I think around 10 o'clock we're gonna stream, alright? 10 p.m. Eastern time. Definitely like this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And please turn on notifications to get notified on when I upload and stream, man. Yes, sir. It's your boy, Joseph Witty. I'm out of here. Hey. The file size is 105 gigabytes. That's without DLCs and everything. 105 gigabytes, bro. I'm deleting everything. I'm deleting everything, bro. Except for Spider-Man PS4 and NBA 2K19. Everything else can go. Everything else can go, bro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. Shout out to my boy Red Bandit for this video. You know what I'm saying?